So we are now counting down the days until we see that first pull of the handle for the 0.1% tax that Binance has put in. This is going to be insane. We are currently divided. People think it's going to be huge, and some people think it might be a bit of a nothing big. We're going to break it down in this video and give some predictions on exactly what we think might come on that first pull of the handle of that 0.1. So make sure that you smash the like button so everybody can see what is going to happen with this, and let's dive straight into it. So there's a couple of things that we need as part of this working through. So we can see currently Terra Luna Classic 2736. We have seen an 11% pullback based on where we were yesterday. Obviously we saw that huge insane run of about 50% on the back of Binance agreeing to do the 0.1% tax on their spot and margin trading fees. Now when we come over to CoinMarketCap, we can see a few important bits of information that may allow us to predict what is going to come on these Mondays when we see the burn. Now, this will never be 100% accurate, but what it will do is allow you to make a sensible decision based on what you're going to see. So when you're looking, you can see the Terra Classic markets, and we can see spot markets. So these are the spot trading fees and the spot markets where we see the pairing of Lunac BUSD and Lunac USDT. So it's important. Equally, you can see here the volume roughly 40% on BUSD, 13% on USDT, and then we can see the volume in dollars going through on both of those pairings. So you can see currently today we have had a 56% reduction, $958 million in the 24-hour, and ultimately, as with everything, volume is our friend and a low price is our friend. And I know that's not what people don't want to hear, but in terms of burning and the most effective way of burning the most amount is a low price with high volume. Now, with that being said, we are currently just trying to break out of this kind of 275, 276 range. We did obviously see this sharp decline in line with Bitcoin. You can see here on the right hand side, the whole market is currently struggling and in the red. RSI is trending relatively in the middle, and we are seeing a bit on money flow. Now, we did get an update from Binance to say they are also supporting the 1.2% on both deposits and withdrawals, which we sort of knew they were going to do anyway, as well as, like we looked at the other day, the 0.1% on the, I'm going to call it the buyback and burns, because ultimately that's what it is for Luna Classic. So again, really, really interesting. Now, when we come over here, you might be wondering and seeing there's quite a lot of information, but this is taking the values over the course of the last 7 days, and we're roughly running about a 50% split from the total volume. So you can see here 40% on the BUSD, 13.93% on the USDT. So if we said about 50%, we're saying on the we're erring on the side of caution. We don't want to obviously overinflate it. You can see here the total volume going through, and then that 50% cut, ultimately giving us that $2.9 trillion over the course of the last 7 days. And we put that in. Now, taking the current price, which we can see is 276, it gives us a total volume of 10.6 trillion coins transacted over the course of this value here. So this just under 3 billion. What does that equate to in a day? Well, it equates to 10.6 billion Luna coins in a day, and then for the week 74.2 billion Luna Classic for the last week, based on a 50% cut. So I think that's not going to be too far away. 74.2 billion. Now, here's the interesting bit to reference here. When we take a look at the total burn so far, we can see that our total number from the entire market and everyone that's burning is 6.3 billion. So we're going to 10x the total volume of burn. Now, it doesn't stop there. Let's say we start to have some bigger days. Let's say we double our volume, taking us up to $5.8 billion over the course of a week. We then suddenly start to see a significant rise. Now, remember, when we were really moving and we hit the sixes, we were seeing $3.8 billion in a 24-hour period. So actually a 4.4 billion couldn't necessarily be that far off if we really got some momentum behind it. Yes, this is probably slightly more ambitious based on what we've got currently, but at the same ilk, that's going to give us $5.8 trillion $5.8 billion in terms of volume. Cash at today's price would give us 21.2 2 trillion coins transacted over the course of that period, which would give us 21 billion burnt a day and 148.5 billion lunar classic coins burnt over the course of one day. Now, ultimately, we do still have a significant way to go. So you can see here on the initial one, we're not even burning 1 trillion in a year, so we're sort of 6.5 years down. But again, think about it, this will just be coming out of Binance. Once we then start to add in Qcoin, Get.io, MAXC, all these other exchanges, and then even Coinbase, all of a sudden we will be burning a significant amount. So my prediction for Monday, when we get the first pull of the handle, now remember that first pull going from the 21st to the 27th will not be burnt, okay? That will not go through. We can see that, excuse me, on this one here, where it says it'll be calculated from the 21st up until the 1st. The tax rebates and spot margin pairs towards the period of 21st 9 at that to the 27th will be excluded from the burnt amount. So those first 7 days will be excluded. But I think we're going to see a number roughly between 70 and 75 billion, which would be the burn. What will that do? I think we'll see a significant move on the price if we are seeing 75 billion lunar classic coins potentially burn every single week. Going to be absolutely crazy. But let me know in the comments down below how much you think we're going to see on that first pull of handle. My guess, 70 to 75 billion, which is 10, nearly 11 times more than what we've already got. Absolutely insane. This is about to get crazy, and I think, like I've always said, it is only the beginning. So make sure you smash the like button so everybody can see this, everybody understands what is coming. Monday the 2nd of October will be monumental, and I, as always, appreciate the support. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.